Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. I hope everyone had a nice weekend. I'm Stephanie Haney here. This is your morning update related to the COVID-19 coronavirus here in the state of Ohio. We'll be doing this every day this week, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m., and then also again at 2 p.m. as soon as we get those updated numbers from the Ohio Department of Health. We start off, as we do each weekday, I'll give you the updated numbers from yesterday's 2 p.m. Ohio Department of Health update. As of right now, we have 1,653 confirmed cases of COVID-19 coronavirus in the state of Ohio. 139 people are in the intensive care unit. That's part of a group of a total of 403 hospitalizations. So 403 people are hospitalized. Of those people that are hospitalized, 139 of those cases are in the intensive care unit. And we have so far recorded 29 deaths related to COVID-19 coronavirus here in Ohio. The age range did go up again, of course, starting at under 1 year old for the youngest person who has tested positive for COVID-19 coronavirus. The oldest person who has tested positive is now 98 years old, so that's been creeping up a little bit over the past week. The median age of someone who has tested positive is 52. So again, that's different than the average age. This is the median age. So if you lined up everyone in a row that has tested positive for COVID-19 coronavirus, the middle person would be 52 years old. 52% male and 48% female, a small percentage of people not including an identifier for gender. So moving into some of the updates right now that are topping our website at wkyc.com and our WKYC app. Over the weekend, President Donald Trump did extend his stay-at-home federal guidelines. Now, this is not an order at the federal level, it is guidelines, but Trump did say that he's extending that through April 30th. There was a lot of conversation as soon as this sort of really started getting attention here in the US. Everyone was talking about 15 days to flatten the curve, but President Donald Trump previously also saying he wanted to see things reopening by Easter and getting back to normal by Easter. However, now he is abandoning that and is recommending that federal guidelines include a stay-at-home order through April 30th. So the states do have to issue these orders. That's why he's recommending the order. This is a federal guideline or a suggestion. Here in the state of Ohio, Governor Mike DeWine has implied that we may be in this situation longer than that. So people should prepare. If you're working from home, you should make arrangements to make your situation as comfortable as possible, because we may be in this for a longer period of time than through April 30th. Trump also saying over the weekend that he believes that the national death rate will peak in roughly 2 weeks. This is based on the information that he is getting apparently from his experts. That's what he believes of the national death rate. Here in Ohio, Dr. Amy Acton, who is the head of our Ohio Department of Health, she has referenced sometime in May for our peak for positive confirmed cases. So that's different than deaths, but did also mention that she envisions or estimates that we will see up to 10,000 new cases per day at the time that COVID-19 coronavirus positive testing peaks here in the state of Ohio. Trump also said during the press conference that based on the guidance of his team at the national level, he expects the U.S. to be on the road to recovery by June 1st. So looking at several more weeks at the minimum through May for us to be on the road to recovery here in the U.S., according to Trump's estimates from his experts. As we talk about being on the road to recovery and what that's going to look like in these stay-at-home orders and the closure of non-essential business orders, here in Cuyahoga County in Northeast Ohio, there have been 312 notifications about potentially non-essential businesses staying open that maybe shouldn't be open based on the order that was issued by the Ohio Department of Health. That went into effect 1 week ago. It was last Monday at 11:59 p.m. that it went into effect that if you are a non-essential business, you will need to close at that time. So Cuyahoga County has gotten more than 300 notifications of businesses that are potentially non-essential staying open. If a business is found to be in violation of this order, it's a second-degree misdemeanor here in the state of Ohio. So that is punishable by 90 days in jail and a fine of as much as $750. And both of those things could possibly be handed out as a punishment to someone who is found to be operating a non-essential business against the order. The county is currently working on a way to get these investigations done. It's the Ohio Department of Health that does these investigations. Some businesses, just for clarity, that are considered non-essential are car washes, gyms, barber shops and salons, bars and restaurants for dine-in. They are being considered essential for carry-out and delivery purposes. So just a couple of things to keep in mind. We have more information on which businesses have been deemed to be essential and which have been deemed to be non-essential on WKYC.com and our WKYC app. Also, very good news for us here in Ohio as well as around the country. The FDA has approved a Massscale mask sanitation. This is personal protective equipment for the people who are on the front lines battling COVID-19 coronavirus. As we know that there is a shortage of protective masks for healthcare workers around the country. So there's an organization here in Ohio. It's a Columbus-based organization. It's called Battelle, and they've been on the front lines throughout history when it comes to technological innovation. They've developed a system that enables them to sanitize 80,000 masks per a specific machine per day, and they can be sanitized up to 20 times to be reused. So obviously that is incredible for our frontline workers who are having a shortage of these personal protective equipment pieces, these masks that will hopefully help them not test positive for the COVID-19 coronavirus. So that has been approved. There was some sort of misconception or some discussion going back and forth over the weekend. Governor Mike DeWine had asked for approval. He had initially gotten approval for the production of these machines that are able to do this, but on a limited scale. Then he went back, had a phone call with President Donald Trump himself. President Donald Trump then liaised between Governor DeWine and the FDA to get the approval for these at the full capacity. So those machines are being made now here in Ohio, and they will also be sent to other places. So that's a really positive update here in Ohio, really taking a step to help around the country, these hot spots where COVID-19 coronavirus is particularly rampant right now. Good news for athletes who are looking forward to the Summer Olympics. The Tokyo Olympics have set a date to actually take place. It will not be this year. It will be next year, 2021, in July. It will be July 23rd is the official start date that's been decided upon for the Summer Olympics happening in Tokyo. So we're going to have to wait just a little over a year for that to happen. What it will be happen, there is a plan in place. And as we previously said, that Olympic torch was already lit, and that's expected to stay in Japan until the Summer Olympics next year in 2021. So much longer journey for the Olympic torch than it's used to, but it will definitely be worth it when we're all on the other side of this next year and we're all enjoying watching those Summer Olympics in July 2021, starting on July 23rd. All right, that's your COVID-19 coronavirus update here in Northeast Ohio. We'll be back at 2 p.m., which is right around the time that Governor Mike DeWine has his press conference, and also that's when the Ohio Department of Health releases its new numbers for the day related to confirmed cases of COVID-19 coronavirus. I'm Stephanie Haney. We'll see you back here then. Also at noon, you can catch our show Connect. That's a medical-based show where we're bringing you the latest information from doctors. That comes from Jay Crawford and our senior health correspondent, Monica Robbins. You can catch that at noon on 3, also streaming on our digital platforms. And I will see you back here at 2 o'clock. Thanks.